As well, Manchester United, as usual, they are a talking point. Wayne Rooney called out Ruben Amorim for being naive at the weekend after they were knocked out by Fulham. The Man United boss has responded. He's having a little dig there, isn't he?
Well, naive from... So, it wasn't that long ago, right, that people were talking about Maresca. Can he win the Champions League, the Premier League, sorry, right? And he said he couldn't win it, right, this season, couldn't win it this season. And then about 3 weeks later, everyone's piling in on, oh, he should have said they can win it. It's a loser mentality. Yeah. Look where they are now.
It was.
Right?
It was.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Now Amorim has come out and said, I'm here to win the Premier League, and he's getting told he's naive. Well, what is it? Amorim's job is to get Man United as high up the table as possible, and Manchester United should be, doesn't every year because of course where they are, it should be challenging for the Premier League every season, right? In around the top four. And because he has said that that's my aim, he's now getting called naive. What's the answer then? Is it the Maresca answer, where we're not good enough right now? Or is the Amorim answer to say, that's my aim?
I think as the Man United manager, you always have to say you want to win the league.
Right,
even
but
if you can't.
He's getting called he's naive. What is it to be?
Yeah, well, I want to...
You get slaughtered for saying you can't, and you get slaughtered for saying you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the middle ground here?
Well, look, it's obviously... they've got a long way back, Manchester United, from the glory years that they've had, but they are still Man United. Gary Lineker has also come out and said that he's blaming Sir Alex Ferguson for the start of Manchester United's decline with the team that he left. And he says that part of the problem that they're in now is because of him. Well, I can't go... I'm sorry, mate. I can't agree with that.
I've said this before. I totally agree with him. But that ship has sailed. When Sir Alex left, the squad that he left for David Moyes was no... I know everyone will say, yeah, we won the Premier League that year. Yeah, but look at the squad. Look what he left. He didn't build a squad. That wasn't a squad that was being built for years to come. And David, you know, one of the biggest signings that he made, I think it might have been the last, was Robin van Persie. He brought him in, 30, I think he was, or around that age. He was the reason they lost the title the year before, because they lost on goal difference. Sir Alex realised I can't do that again. I'm going to buy a player that's going to get me the goals, because if it comes down to that, we're going to win. And he won it, and he left. David Moyes picks up, I have to say, the squad that he inherited.
I know, but you can't blame that now, can you?
No,
not
now.
Man United in this position because Sir Alex Ferguson. Come on.
No, I agree with that.
It's outrageous.
Not now, but it was the start of the decline, in my opinion.
Do me a favour, start of the decline.
Start of the decline. The club
won the league.
I know, but he left the club in such a... I felt the squad was in
He left the club in an unbelievable state.
He didn't.
He did.
Put it this way. Klopp left Liverpool in a far better condition, who finished second, than Sir Alex left when they finished first. That's a fact. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but as a club...
No, I'm saying the squad was terrible. You look at the back four. I think 4 of the main back four within 18 months to 2 years all left the club. That's not
Mm.
building a squad. So who's going to build that? David Dean, part of this as well. I don't know whether Gary Lineker mentioned this. Not David Dean. Gill left.
Yeah.
And Woody came in. So when Gill left,
he did do a good job, did he?
No, Woodward was terrible. But part of that partnership that Gill had with Sir Alex, that relationship, that was broken. And then all of a sudden you're bringing in David Moyes and Ed Woodward. Well, that relationship had to be built. That's the reason. Those two things there is the reason that Manchester United's decline is still in the condition it is. Now, you can't keep leaning back on that, but that's part of the reason, in my opinion.
OK, get involved. If you're a Man United fan, you can have your say. Obviously, a huge talking point again after a disappointing exit from the FA Cup. Let's go to Michael. He's a Man United fan. Mike?
Right, Mikey?
I'm all right, yeah. After yesterday, God,
mate, what is going on, mate? Honestly, you're just so bad.
Well, for one thing, this, right, I don't blame Fergie for the problems that United have got now. Because when he left and David Gill left, the two people who ran Man United, after that, the Glazers been playing Football Manager with the biggest club in the world. Spending, 56 million quid on Di Maria Schweinsteiger, the list goes on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Glazers were there under Sir Alex as well, by the way.
Yeah, but he kept that club afloat because he knew the club from inside out.
No, I'm not. I think
Gill,
no,
him and David Gill ran that club
Yeah, they did.
properly.
I think if you look at the squad that David Moyes inherited, you look at that squad. Have a look at that. I think Swansea away. You played your first game. Have a look at that squad. Have a look at the team that he had.
Yeah.
And look. 18 months later, 2 years later, what that team looked like. It was a very... You can't change as much as that was changed. And it was forced. Sir Alex Ferguson, he made the change to win the title. He left the club, and it's not his problem anymore. But David Gill leaving and Sir Alex, there was no handover. The handover between David Gill and
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. There was no handover.
appalling.
But look at it. But look what the club is now. You've got Jim Ratcliffe running it. And he's just tearing the place apart. Glazer's been whipping the club up to shreds. Amorim's come in. Now he wants to win the league. Yeah, of course we want to win the league. We want the glory days back as fans. Yeah, we want to be happy. But we're 10 years away at least. And now the problem you got this season and this summer, how many players can he ship out? We're going to take big hits. We're going to take big losses.
Well, the problem that United have got is, do they now sit with Amorim, where he is obviously going to want to play a three at the back? Do they now build a squad around what he wants as a manager?
That's a massive problem.
Right? So do they go, because the squad has been built for four at the back. You can change squad, of course you can. You can play a three at the back if they need to one night, right? There's ways of doing things, right?
Well, but players can adapt. They should be able to.
But he wants to play just a three. That's what he wants to do. Well, then do they invest? They throw all their weight behind that and say, we're going to invest in Amorim.
You've got to be completely convinced that Amorim is the guy.
I know.
And I don't think they are convinced. I really don't think they're convinced.
No, I don't think you can be convinced. There's no evidence to suggest right now that decision is going to be the right one. But they've made that call.
Look, if we're on YouTube, we got the first 15 games up, the stats of Manchester United, and it is grim looking. 17th, 19th, 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 16th, 20th and 20th. Errors leading to goals. First half shots on target. First half Premier League goals. Shot accuracy. Goals. They're like the bottom of the table, Jace.
Well, that's why they are where they are. That's why they...
No, but then how can you build a team around a manager when they're the stats that they're looking at?
Because they've made a decision.
I know,
they've moved away from Ten Hag. But it's not like Ten Hag. But it's not like Ten Hag got sacked for a reason, because the club was in decline then. There's a number of...
But the club's got worse.
I don't know how much worse they've got, but they've not moved forward.
Are you joking?
I don't think they were. Well, they're in the bottom. Okay, where were they when he took over? They can't have been. They weren't 8th, were they? They're in the bottom half.
I don't know. They weren't. Yeah, but they weren't where they are now, mate. And they were still in other competitions.
I don't know, mate.
They absolutely fell apart.
I'm not sure that Ten Hag left Amorim too much to feed off, and now everyone's starving.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.